What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? This is your brother Chief Kalanago, Flying Eagle. What's up? What's up? Let me see if I got some audio here.
What's going on? What's going on? What's
Yeah,
going on? This is your brother Chief.
I got some audio here on Facebook. All right, man. Listen, I know it's late. It's 1:27 a.m., but you know, I'm just here, doing some work, and you know, the Supreme Most High, you know, um, my ancestors, want me to just share some information that's on my heart. You know what I mean? And like I said, I know it's late. People are, probably in bed, whatever the case is, but this is actually, this is heavy, heavy on my heart. And like I said, my ancestors, the incorruptible ones, the supreme good, the supreme most high, put this in my heart to share with the people. And once again, take this with a grain of salt. Take it for whatever it is. I'm only a messenger. I'm only here to be of service to the people. All right. And I know that many people are spiritually dead. And it's really sad because, I've been studying all day because, you got to study to show yourself approved. You feel me? But a lot of times people don't know what to study or where to study. So I'm giving you the information. And I hope that you would at least use the information to do your own due diligence, do your own research. You feel me? And like I said before in my many live videos, my mother is a hardcore Christian. My sister is married to a pastor. My nephew, my nieces, one of my other sisters in St. Thomas, hardcore Christians. And it aches my heart. And not just for them, but for my people. You feel me? Or just people in general. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? But I've been I've been crying, man. I've been crying like because once again, I know what I know the truth, and people just a lot of people just don't care. And when you get to a certain point, in your elevation or your ascension in knowledge, then it's not that you become a punk. You just become a little more how would I put it? You become a little more sensitive. It doesn't make you soft. It just means that you're more compassionate. You know what I'm saying? And you have more love for people and humanity. You feel me? But anyway, I post a lot of information on Facebook, and I tell people do your due diligence, right? And there are a lot of people who are disagreeables. What do I mean by this? I'm not saying that you have to agree with everything that I post. That's not why I post things. I don't post things for likes and love. I post things to evoke, you know, um, things in you that will allow you to do your own due diligence, to do your own research. But you have people that are so indoctrinated, they're so brainwashed, they make you the enemy. You see what I'm saying? They don't do their research. You give them information so that they could research it themselves, but they would rather come attack you. You feel me? And people like that, in fact, I'm not here to save anybody, but people like that, they cannot be saved. Period. They cannot be saved. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what what a Christian really is. And it's not coming from me. I'm going to show it to you straight from, you know, um, the King James Bible. I'm going to show it to you straight from the strong concordance. All right. I'm going to show it to you so that now you see exactly what it means. Now, once again, once you get this information and you want to continue to be a Christian and practice the Abrahamic faiths, that's on you, man. That's on you. But you cannot say you didn't know. You cannot say Chief Kalanago did not give us the knowledge. You cannot say he did not tell us the truth. So, with that being said, what I'm going to do at this time is I'm going to actually show you, because they say seeing is believing, right? And a lot of people, they would rather see it from a Bible perspective or what's called a Christian perspective. Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give it to you from a Bible perspective. So let us go look at exactly what a Christian is. Okay, and I'm just going to show you how the Catholic Church or the Roman Empire. Okay, a lot of people say that Rome didn't exist. That's not true. Those people are not well studied. Trust me, Rome existed. Okay, and the United States is an extension of Rome. It is the last leg of Rome, the last leg that Rome has to stand on. Okay, so trust me, Rome was actually real. So anyway, let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, let me share my screen. Uh-huh. And I would like you guys to do yourself a favor, please, and take these notes. And once again, do your own due diligence. Okay, I'm not here for anybody to believe anything. Don't believe anything I tell you. I don't do belief systems. I'm here to give truth. I'm here to give researchable facts, but I cannot spoon feed you everything. Okay? When I give you the information, I give you a clue. Go do your own research. Like, stop asking me for every single thing. Like when I'm actually posting it on my page. Okay? If I'm giving you something in the Bible, then go look it up. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask me, well, where the proof at? I just gave it to you, man. So go do some research, damn it. You feel me? Like, come on, man, study to show yourself approved. I'm not saying that you cannot ask me questions, but if I'm telling you something and it's there and I'm giving you, well, hey, you know what? You cannot find this in the Bible, then try to find it in the Bible. Prove me wrong. You know what I mean? And that's annoying. Okay, it really is annoying because people are just too lazy. But anyway, this is do me a favor, guys. Please take some notes, all right? I'll come back to the video. Look at Strong's concordance, Strong's number G3526. The Strong's concordance, okay? G3526. Take that down. Please do your own research. Please. I'm not asking, I'm begging. And I'm not supposed to be doing that. All right. But just because, like I said, I've been studying all day, like since about, well, I got up a little late because I went to bed last night, well, actually, about 5:30 a.m. Okay. And then I got up about 10 a.m. and then I took a shower, did a little workout, and about 11, I've been studying since 11 a.m. and it's almost 2 o'clock. But then, like I said, for the past hour, I've been sitting there and I'm putting all that information in my book, but the spirit is overwhelming me. And it's like, okay, listen, put this, at least give them that much. Explain to them exactly what a Christian is. Okay, where it came from. What does it mean? You feel me? Give it to them. And before I did, I was trying to be a little bit stubborn, but then it's heavy in my heart. And literally, man, I sat here and cried for like about half an hour, man. Even right now, I'm emotional because it is just so sad that the people of the world, the state that they're in, and especially my people. And I put a post on Facebook earlier that says, every skin folk is not kinfolk. And some idiotic lady, and because I have respect for people, I don't disrespect them in post. So I'm gonna say it, but she's stupid and ignorant. Okay. She came on the post talking a bunch of crap. Not everybody who's heavy melanated, you know what I'm saying, is all the same. People don't realize there are two different bloodlines that came here on earth, and they were both melanated people. Okay, but they're not us. People don't understand that. People don't comprehend that. So because they are lost and they're ignorant, then they attack you for speaking the truth. You feel me? But she's stupid. Okay, I'm gonna just leave it that way. But anyway, this is what a Christian, or who a Christian is. Okay, and it's not coming from me, as you could see right here, right? King James Bible. All right, it's right here. So nobody could say, well, Chief Kalanago is going anywhere and getting this, and he don't know he don't know where it's coming from, or it's not in the Bible. Well, I'm gonna give it to you from the Strong Concordance, okay, from the King James version. Okay, here we go. Strong number G3526. Word summary. Who is a Christian? A Christian is a Niger, a nigger. Okay, a Niger, a nigger. That's who a Christian is. Okay, original word, Nayap. Translation, Niger, Okay. Phonetic spelling, nigger, part of speech, proper noun. Okay. Short definition, Niger, a Christian, meaning Niger, a Christian. That's who a Christian is. But let's go further. I'm not done yet. Strong concordance, Niger, Latin, origin what? Black. A Christian, a black person is a Christian. A Christian is a Niger, a nigger. That's who a Christian is. Okay? And let us go look at it again. Thayer's Greek lexicon. Okay, Strong's NT 3526, Nayep. Nayep O, Latin name, black, nigger, Niger, surname of what? The prophet Simeon. Okay, in Acts. So Acts, Simeon, that was his surname. Okay, it was his surname, meaning that a nigger, a black man, a Christian. Okay, so when I tell people, man, listen, I know when I speak, I don't speak without doing my due diligence. Okay. Now, I'm not always saying I have the full information, but I'm telling you, I'm always on point. Okay. So that's who a Christian is. That's what a Christian is. A nigger, a Niger. You feel me? A black. That's what it means, black. You feel me? My people, my American Aborigine brothers and sisters, they don't realize we were not Christians. We were not black. We were not Nigers. We were not niggers. You feel me? That's not us. That means slave. Black means slave. Now, let me give you some more information because y'all think I'm making this up. I'm giving it to you right there from the King James Version, the strong numbers, the strong concordance. Hey, I'm not making it up. I'm giving you the facts. Okay. Now let me stop sharing my screen. All right. Let us go to the Black Christian codes because it is the same thing. Black means Christian, Christians means nigger, Christians means Niger, the strong word meaning nayep. Okay? All right then. Okay? Let us go. Because, like I said, my people perish for the lack of knowledge. Okay? All I'm doing is giving you the information that the Supreme Most High give me for my people, man. So you could free yourselves. But like I said, it's painful, man. It hurts. And like I said, I'm just sitting here. As I'm doing this, I'm getting emotional because I feel for my blood relatives who call themselves Christians and who are indoctrinated. You feel me? And it's really sad. It's really sad, but people will actually see this and still call themselves Christians and still think that this book is a book of eternal life. They don't know exactly what it means. You dig? They don't know what it means. All right, let me go share Black Christian codes. All right. I also put all that stuff in the description for you as well because I like to give you as much information as possible so you could do your own due diligence. Okay. And like I said, share the information. You don't have to give me credit. It's okay. All right. I'm not here for any accolades. I'm just giving the facts. All right. But once in a while it's always good to say, hey, you know what? Chief gave some great information. Check him out. Build up the channel on the YouTube a little more. Just get some more subscribers to spread the truth. I don't monetize my videos. Like I said, I don't do this for any type of monetary gain. I do that for spiritual reasons to free the captive. That's what I do this for. Okay, I'm here doing the work of the Supreme Most High. You feel me? So that's what I came to do. Black Christian codes. All right. Black Christian codes. Here we are. Okay. Black Christian codes. It's right there, 1724. Like I said, I'm not making all this up. You feel me? March 1724. Black Christian codes. Article number 1 decrees the expulsion of the Jews from the colony. Okay. So a lot of you may not know that there are different sects of Jews, right? But the Jews that they were talking about, were the Sephardic and the Semitic Jews. Okay, the Sephardic Jews were the so-called blackamoors, the Negroes, all right, and the Semitic Jews were the pale people. Okay, they were literally being expelled from different places all over the world. So that was one of one of the decrees, okay, because they were considered parasites. You feel me? So that was one of the articles. All right, article number one. Article number two, make it imperative on masters to impart religious instructions to their slaves, because once again, slave mean black. That's all it means. Okay, you don't necessarily have to be from Africa to be considered a slave. That's why people don't understand. Okay, once you are a slave, it's synonymous with black. That's why black still means slavery today. But my people perish for the lack of knowledge. Article number three, permits the exercise of Roman Catholic creed only. Every other mode of worship is prohibited. Okay, why do you think that is? They call everything else pagan, and the Abrahamic religions, Judaism, Christian, and Islam, they were supposed to be the only ones permitted. Why is that? Okay, I'll let you ponder on that here for a second. All right. Article number four, Negroes placed under the direction or supervision of any person than a Catholic are liable to what? Confiscation. All right. So basically, what they're saying is, if you're not under the any Negro, if you're not under the supervision of what you call the Catholic, you are liable to be kidnapped. All right. So once again, just because you see black and this you see Niger or Niger or Niger or nigger, okay, it doesn't necessarily mean with complexion. It means that once you are a Christian, all right, it did not say, oh, well, if you're so-called white and you're a Christian, you're not a nigger. No, anybody could be a nigger. Okay, you have to understand that. You feel me? It means slave. It means black. That's what it means. All right, number five. Sundays and holidays are to be strictly observed. All Negroes found at work on these days are to be confiscated. Article number six. We found our white subjects of both sexes to marry. We forbid our white subjects of both sexes to marry with blacks. Again, they're talking about slaves because whether y'all believe me or not, like I said, this is not about belief. I don't do belief systems, okay? Caucasian people or pale skinned people were not called white. Okay, they were not called white until the 1960s. White was a status, so you had people of color that were being called white. Again, it was a status, especially the ones that came from Europe, because most of them and the majority of them were actually subjects of the so-called black nobles of Europe. Okay, it was black nobles of Europe that came here in 1492. It wasn't the pale man. Okay, the pale man was subjects of these nobles in Europe. Not all of them, because a lot of them were actually working alongside those black nobles, those black Moors. I keep telling y'all, we are not Moors. All right, we are not Moors in the Americas. We have never been Moors. America has never been Morocco. America has never been, Almorac, Amexum. Nah, that is just Moorish talk. That is not us. From that's a whole different bloodline. Take it whichever way y'all want. I'm giving y'all the truth. Those were the people who came here to steal our birthright. Y'all don't understand. The Bible is a book that's coded with information. All right. And you have my silly brothers and sisters who are actually American Aborigines, American Indians, thinking they're Israelites. Okay. Thinking y'all Moors. All right. Continue. But I know what I'm talking about. Let's proceed. All right. We forbid all curates, priests, or missionaries of our secular or regular clergy, and even our chaplains in our navy to sanction such marriages. We also forbid all our white subjects and even the manumitted or freeborn blacks to live in a state of concubinage with slaves. Should there be any issue from this kind of intercourse, it is our will that the person so offending and the master of the slave should pay each fine of 300 lives or livers. Should should said issue be the result of concubinage of the master his slave, said master shall not only pay the fine, but be deprived of the slave and the children, who shall be adjudged to the hospital of the locality, and said slave shall be forever incapable of being set free. But shall this illicit intercourse have existed between a free black and his slave, when said slave, according to forms prescribed by the church, said slave shall there set free, and the children shall become the free and legitimate, and such in case there shall be no application of penalties mentioned in the present cycle. Now, this article goes all the way to 20 something. I'm not going to read everything. So what I did was I put it in the description for you. Okay. I put it in the description for you so that you could do your own research. Okay. So that you could read it yourself. All right. Okay. So you have that. Okay. But let me come back here for a second. All right. Now check this out. Yeah, Cretan as well. Yes, absolutely. A Cretan or Christian, which is another derivative of Christian, which is Cretan. It means, a stupid person, a foolish person. So yes, Mr. G1. All right, I appreciate that for that addition as well. Okay, so let me just give y'all a little bit of knowledge that y'all don't know. Okay, most people don't comprehend that within Europe, all right, the nobility were actually black people. I'm saying black because they were the black devils, all right? So they were black people, okay? Now, they created the pale race. That's their children. That ain't got nothing to do with us American Aborigines. People are under the impression that, you know, um, you know, it was just we're just one people because we have this same complexion. No, we are not just one people. All right, it's well, put it this way, it's one people, but it's two different bloodlines, meaning that an agreeable bloodline and a disagreeable bloodline. All right, the disagreeable bloodline are the ones that was in Europe, the original Asiatic black man. Okay, that's them. All right, so they are the ones that created the pale man. All right, however, they they ill-treated their children. They made them slaves. They enslaved them, starting with the Slavics, which was actually in Russia. So they enslaved them first. All right, and then they took the habit of actually enslaving their own people. But anyway, the point I'm making is this. All right, they were the ones terrorizing, okay, Asia, Africa, and all those places. America was known, but it wasn't time to come into America to take the birthright of the American Aborigines. All right. So what they did was they started taking the birthrights of um, the Africans and certain and of Africans and certain other indigenous people around the world. So they were using their gods, their Bible, their scriptures, etc., to do what they were doing. Okay. Now, when the time was ripe, what they did was they started marrying, the pale women. Okay, what they imprisoned the pale man, not all of them. Okay, but they imprisoned a certain demographic of pale people, and they started taking the pale women as concubines. All right. Now, if you are of nobility and you marry somebody and you have children from this marriage, then those children automatically becomes nobility. So these mulatto children, what they did was they did not marry back into the black side of their family. When they found out what happened to their so-called white fathers, they wanted them to be free. Okay, so they freed them and they started marrying into the white bloodline, or the pale bloodline, not white but pale. Okay, the pale bloodline. Okay, so basically, once they started doing that, they started multiplying more, and you would have more royalty. You would have more bloodline of that royalty that's more pale. So now what they did was they fought their fathers. They fought their fathers. That is the story. An example, one of the stories is King Ferdinand and Isabella. They were mulattoes. black or more fathers, but pale mothers. Okay, so they were fighting their fathers. Eventually, they won, and the same thing happened all over Europe. Okay, so now you're starting to have a transition of the black nobles slowly transitioning into what's called a mulatto nobility bloodline, and then eventually they kept marrying um, into more of the recessive genes, so to speak, until you end up with what you started seeing in the 1900s with Elizabeth II. But mind you, Elizabeth I was a black woman. King James was a black man. King Charles was a black man. One, two, three, up to four and five. Okay, they were the black nobles. All right, and they still are the ones that's in power today. However, they got their children as the gatekeepers, which is the pale race. Okay, a certain faction of the pale race. Okay, they have them as the gatekeepers. All right, even in Hollywood, all the boule, okay, all the sororities, even the KKK. The KKK was founded by these black nobles to destroy the American Aborigines. You see, y'all don't comprehend what's going on. But when I'm here on here teaching and giving y'all the facts, y'all got a bunch of idiots coming and talking to me disrespectfully. You know what I'm saying? And I try not to block them because I feel like ignorance could lead to stupidity sometimes, and then it could get people talking reckless. But I still give them a chance to do the research. You don't have to apologize. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not looking for any apology. All I'm just saying is be respectful. You don't have to agree with anything I say, but do your due diligence. Even the NAACP, all that stuff was created by their children. And that's to keep down the American Aborigines, the original American Indians. You feel me? Because we are not the same. We are different. And they said that we sold our birthright. We did not sell they stole our birthright. So basically what they're doing is they are repeating the same thing that they did across the seas. Okay. They are the Jacobites. All right. That's why I did the video. That's why I did the video on talking about Israel and the Hebrew. Okay. I would I was not telling these black people that came from Europe, I was not telling them that they were not Israelites. I said we American Aborigines are not Israelites. We're not Hebrews. Okay? You have the black Hebrews and the black Israelites, and you have the pale Israelites. They don't realize that. So stop saying, oh, well, the Jewish people you see around here, they're not. No, they are Israelites because they are your children. They are of their father, Abraham. You feel me? So I know what I'm talking about. But we American Aborigines, we are not of the tribe of God. You hear some people talk, oh, well, we're the American Aborigines, we're the tribe of God, GAD. No, we're not. No, we are not. We are from the whole complete different bloodline. Complete different bloodline. Okay, we came from the bloodline of the agreeables. You feel me? The righteous ones. That's why when they came into the Americas, they saw a gentle people. What they said, these people are in God, in Dios. You feel me? We did not know their gods. All right? But however, their gods, it was all prophecy. Their gods had to make us their subject until the time was up for that six to 7,000 years. Okay? It's even in Revelations when the power was given to the beast. The beast is the last recessive gene race of that pale race. That's the beast, the ones that's running the world right now. Okay, the one that own the banks right now. You feel me? It's there, but people don't comprehend this. They don't comprehend this because they're looking for the beast for dragons. Okay, that's gonna fall from the sky, blowing smoke from their nose because y'all don't know what it means. Y'all don't know what it means. Okay, so when you call yourself a Christian, okay, and you are practicing that faith, that's what you're doing. You think you are serving the supreme righteous um creator. No, you are not. You are serving Baal. That's what you're doing. You don't understand that Jehovah, Yahweh, your Lord God in the Bible, that is Baal. You don't understand that. Okay? And his seed is the beast. Y'all don't understand that. But when I'm giving y'all the truth, y'all out here in your feelings, but you know what? Like I said, it doesn't bother me like that. All right. All I'm just saying is don't be disrespectful. Okay. That's what I'm just saying. Now, let me show you something else. I showed you what Christian means. I also showed you what I also gave you the Black Christian codes. Now, let me give it to you from a legal perspective, a lawful perspective. So when you see people running around here calling themselves black and the police shoot you or they treat you different in the courts, you know, when you try to get electricity, you realize that black people are paying more than pale people. When you get internet, okay, you pay more internet than people who live in different neighborhoods. Why is that? Because you are black. Okay, you are living in a black neighborhood, a neighborhood of death. That's what it means. Why do you think why do you think they have every time a so-called police officer kill a black man, all of a sudden Black Lives Matter? But you have black people killing each other all the time. It never matters. It's only when the police do it, or it's only when a pale man does it. But they could kill each other. They could blow each other heads off. Hmm? And it's never a crime. When I say crime, I'm talking about from a Black Lives Matter perspective. I don't see nobody going in the neighborhoods and turning them people in, or I don't see nobody protesting in the street when they do it. And I'm saying they because I'm not black. You feel me? But anyway, let me show you exactly what black means in law. I've showed you this before, but I'm now showing it. I show it to you from a spiritual perspective because so as above, so is below. So now I'm going to show it to you from a lawful perspective, all right, or a what you call a legal perspective, so to speak, legal, not lawful, legal. Okay, because there's a difference between legal and lawful, and I've also taught y'all that. All right, so this is what black means. I'm not the one saying it. Okay, I'm giving you the truth. But my people, once again, my people are a very stiff-necked people. They're very hard-headed. Okay, here we go. Black is dead in law. What is that? Solicitor matus. Matus deals with corpse, dead people. Okay, so let us go ahead and read that. Okay, that's why you have Black's Law Dictionary. It deals with the legal definitions of the dead. All right, I mean, I'm giving y'all the facts. Okay, here we go. Solicitor matus definition, legal meaning. Civilly dead, dead in the view of what? The law, the condition of one who has lost his civil rights and capacities and is accounted dead in law. So when you're out here calling yourself black, what do you think? It has spiritual implications and it has legal implications. All right. But my people just don't care. They just don't care. Oh, I'm black and I'm proud. Oh, you can't tell me I'm not black. Oh, well, I'm from Africa, so I'm black. Africans don't call themselves black. They got y'all thinking they call themselves black. No, they have nationalities. Okay, a Ghanaian is a Ghanaian. A Ghanaian is not black. Okay, a Nigerian is a Nigerian. A Nigerian is not black. They have nationalities. That's why they could come here in our land and go to the bank and get loans. They could open up businesses and restaurants, and you cannot get it. You cannot even get a loan to buy a candy. Why is that? Because you are not the same. Okay. When they come here, they are white. Okay. Legally, they are white. That is their status. Apart from their nationality, you have to have a status because in the census, there's no such thing as Nigerian. I mean, they have black, but trust me, they don't put black. Okay, they don't put black, they put white, and they have every reason to put white. Okay, all right then. Y'all think I don't know what I'm talking about, huh? It's okay though. It's all right. So, like I said, this was heavy on my heart. I had to shed a few tears, for my people. You feel me? And I'm done. I gave you the message. Do what you want with it, and that's what it is, man. Okay. Like I said, I was here working on the book, and it was just heavy, heavy, heavy in my heart, man. And but I had to shed a little tears, like I said, before I got, before doing this and getting choked up. you know I had to share, just kind of like just clear my sinuses a little bit and just cry it out a little bit, and give you that information. And I'm not mad at anybody for their religious beliefs. Okay, I'm not, because you were indoctrinated. Like I told y'all before, since at the age of 6 I knew something was wrong. I sat in a church looking at people, and at the age of 6 I was laughing. Not because I was a disrespectful child, but something in my spirit, in my soul, just told me, nah, this is not right. Something is wrong. You feel me? Something is wrong. And I never wanted to be in the church. I was always downstairs, talking to girls and chasing girls. And then at 1, 2 o'clock, I couldn't wait to go home because mom, before she went to church, she cooked, some rice and peas and, I'm some stewed chicken, I was 6, I haven't been eating meat for over 10 years. But the point I'm making is, that's what I was looking forward to on Sundays, not going to church. And then when I got to a certain point, my mother realized I was getting rebellious. I used to get my beatings for not wanting to go, and I would go to avoid the beatings. But at some point, I told myself, you know what? I'd rather get the beating than go to church. Okay, it was just something about this atmosphere. And then when I was old enough, I bounced. I left home because I didn't want to be subjected to doing things that I did not feel was right in my soul and my spirit. And up to this day, my mom is my best friend. I love her to life. But it aches my heart that she's a Christian, you know. But like I said, I cannot save anybody. Even my sister is a Christian. She's married to a pastor. If I tell her anything, she gets, she don't get upset, but she gets a little bit defensive. So I don't even talk to her about it. I just leave her alone because I cannot save anybody. All I could do is just come on here, put the information, and who's ready for it, they'll receive it. That's all I could do, man. You feel me? Oh, absolutely, Mr. G1, what I mean, and I appreciate you as well, man. I appreciate everyone that's coming on here and giving their input and sharing information as well. That's what this is all about. You know what I mean? But I tell people I don't talk about things that I haven't studied well. I may not know everything. Well, let me rephrase that. I may not be aware of everything. Okay, so the information sometimes might not be as complete as it should be, and that's fine. But at least I'm giving enough so that if you are interested in finding out more, then you seek for yourself. At least I'm creating a spark, and that's my purpose. I'm not here claiming I'm a guru. I'm none of that. I'm not here claiming I'm a master teacher. I'm none of that. All right. However, I allow the righteous spirit to move me. And I know that there is there are millions and millions, if not billions, of people in the world that's going to perish because of religion. And it's sad. Even in their book, it said the broad path leads to condemnation. Okay. The broad path leads to condemnation, but it's only the narrow path that's going to lead to salvation. And people don't realize over 95% of the world has a religion. Now, how much more broad can it get? But they're too blind to see that. They're too blind. You have to let go of the religions, my brothers and sisters. You have to let it go. Okay? We American Aborigines, we were a nature people, a natured people. We were not monotheistic. We saw the creator in everything. But they came and told us that was pagan. The people who look like us, those black devils, they came here and told us it was pagan. You feel me? And then when we let go of our spiritualism, okay, we accepted religion, and look what happened to us. But like I said, it was prophecy. It was supposed to happen. Okay, it was supposed to happen. And I'm laying all that out in the book. You did? But don't let nobody fool you. We are not Africans. Okay? We are not Africans. We are not the Asiatic black man. We are not Moors. We are not Blackamoors. We are none of that. All right? None of that. We are a distinct people. American Aborigines, the ones they call the American Indians, that was already here, that has always been here. Y'all don't understand how how much of a distinct people we are. You just don't get it. If it wasn't for us, this entire earth would have been destroyed already. It's because we are of the good seed. That's why this earth is still here. You see, you don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. You feel me? You don't know. But I'm telling you who you are, man. Okay? I'm telling you who you are. And I'm going to repeat it again. Not every skin folk is kinfolk. You dig? And that's facts. Because they are the seed of the serpent. They are the seed of the devil. I'm not saying serpent is the devil. I'm just saying, like, they make it synonymous with devil. But you have the serpent seed as well, which is the same, is literally another, it's the same bloodline, but it's an extension of the branch. Okay? The draconians, all right, that's the same bloodline of what you call Satan, the adversary. All right. And all it is just the disagreeable spirits. They have their own seed on this earth. Okay. But what people don't realize is that we American Aborigines, we have always been on this earth. In fact, we were here first, before the disagreeables, before the Asiatic black man, we were here. Okay. But then the Asiatic black man had to come so he could create so he spawned, which is the pale man. Okay. But all that was prophecy. And I'm explaining the reason why in my book. I'm breaking all that down. But we were living on this earth. Okay. Here, and as a matter of fact, America was actually bigger than Asia and Africa and Europe put together. All right. Because the world was one. All right. Then it had to be two, because another energy came down. So there had to be a separation. So you had two worlds. It was in half. You had the righteous ones on one side, which is us, which is the agreeables, and you had the disagreeables on another side. Okay. And then when they started creating their spawn, then the world started separating again until you got to the seven parts. That was the seven races. Okay. So as above, so is below. But the righteous ones, the agreeable ones, we have been living on this earth for millions of years. Don't let them fool you. Before the disagreeable ones came, the black Asiatics. Okay, they are not us. We are not them. So stop letting these people tell you they are us and we are them. We are not the same. Okay, we are not the same. Okay, and I'm giving y'all facts. Facts. Once you start studying, you'll learn the truth. Of course, there's always going to be illusions. There's always going to be, misinformation, and that's fine. But I promise you, if you're seeking in truth and your heart is pure, all right, the universe will open up and show you the truth, man. You will see it. You will hear it. Okay. And it's amazing. When I'm looking for clarity, the universe just provide me with the information just like that. Okay. Because it comes to me in the voice. I get it. But then I'm like, okay, well, I got to find it. And if I push too hard to find it, sometimes I don't get it. And sometimes I just relax myself and say, hey, you know what? It's going to come to me. and boom, it just comes to me. It's like, okay, I can't find my keys, right? And I'm looking for my keys and I'm stressing myself. And all of a sudden, a little voice tell me, hey, you know what? Just relax yourself. The keys will come to you. And not even 10, 15 minutes later, the keys just happen to appear, even in a place I already looked. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with information, right? When you're seeking in truth, all right, the information will show up. It will show up. And then that little voice, that righteous voice within you, will let you know when you have found the truth. Okay? When you have found the truth. But my brothers and sisters, religion is not the truth. I don't care if it's Christianity. I don't care if it's Islam. I don't care if it's Judaism. It is not the truth. Okay? They have some information in there, but it's very deceiving. It is not total. It is not total sovereignty. Okay, because I'm not going to say freedom. Because see freedom. If you think if you think sovereignty is free, then you're dumb. That's why it's called freedom. Okay, but anyway, the point I'm making is this: our birthright was stolen. All right, and that's why they have us in a headlock here in the Americas. They have to keep us down. Why do you think they have the Black Caucus and they're not doing anything? Because they are the gatekeepers. All right, but don't be fooled. Those black devils still run the world. They are the ones that's actually in charge. They just have their children as the gatekeepers, as a distraction, making you think, okay, making you think that is the pale man in charge. No, the pale man is not in charge. Trust me, okay? He is not in charge. And this is no hate. I'm just telling you, this is what it is, okay? This is what it is. So white supremacy had nothing to do with the color of skin. White supremacy started with status. Okay, white was a status. It later became something of skin. But white supremacy had nothing to do with the color of skin. It was about all on paper and status. Yes, you have the Jesuit order, you have the Luciferian order, you have the Draconian order. I mean, all the different houses. Okay, um, the Hanovers, the Todals, all those Blackamoors. All right, they are the seeds. Okay, they are the seeds of the disagreeable ones. Okay, and it goes back all the way to Sumeria. It goes back all the way to, as far back as you can. I mean, the Bible, the Bible, the Quran, all those things are young in terms of knowledge because it was all taken from somewhere else. You feel me? And there has always been two bloodlines, always been two. But people think the disagreeable bloodline is the pale man. No, how can you call the pale man a devil, but yet still you talking about you the original? So therefore, the devil had to come from the original. But people don't realize there's two originals. All right, two different bloodlines, the agreeable ones and the disagreeable ones. But they were two people of heavy melanated people. Okay, and we in the Americas, we were the seeds of the agreeable ones, the righteous ones. That's why 1492, like I told you, was a portal. It was a portal because it was the midpoint for the prophecy to take place, because the first had to become the last and the last become the first. So no matter what happened, the pale man was supposed to rise. Okay. And I'm not talking about every pale individual. I'm talking about the last bred out, the Canaanites, okay, the ones that caught the curse of leprosy. Now, albinism, all right, is not leprosy. I hear people talking about, oh well, albinism is leprosy. No, it's not. Okay, stop talking nonsense. Leprosy is a disease that creates welts, okay, on your body. Okay, so it's not. All right, but the albinos, okay, that was susceptible to getting leprosy because they caught the curse of Canaan. All right, they were the last breaded ones out. All right, so therefore, since they were the last, they had to become the first, and that's what you are seeing today. So they own all the banks, they own the government, they own the police, they own everybody. They own all the churches. That's why every church have a 501c3. Okay, because that is part of the order. All right, they're all connected to they're all connected to the Vatican. You feel me? For the past, I would say for the past 13 or 14 months, I've been getting emails to join the Illuminati. I mean, seriously. Okay, they came into my inbox on Facebook at least 4 or 5 times. I don't know how they got my email, but it come in as a promotion, whatever the case is, right? I don't know if it's because of the research that I do. I don't know what algorithms. I don't know what it is, but I'm telling you, every other month, 2 months, I'm getting emails talking about join this, this Illuminati faction, whatever the case is, and the type of life I could have. I just delete it. I block it, but it still comes. They cannot recruit me because you know what? I am of the righteous seed. You cannot buy me. You feel me? So all your stars in Hollywood, all right. Like I said, the boule. Why do you think in Hollywood they have to sacrifice themselves? They have to make sacrifices. All right. They have to. But those are the people that you worship. Those are the people that you idolize. Okay. You don't realize that's those are the people you have your children idolizing. They idolize your children. Your children are the ones, Kim Kardashians and all of them, Jay-Z, Beyonce, all of them. Okay. Those are the people that your children are, you have them idolizing those people, not realizing the damage that you're doing because those people they are actually of the seed of the adversary, which is Satan. Hmm? Y'all don't get it, man. You don't get it. So their goal is to destroy the righteous seed. That's their goal. And trust me, they know who you are. They know who we are. You feel me? They know. You see, a lot of us that were actually born outside of the United States, we had a slight advantage. And I'll tell you why. Because for me personally, I know in the islands, when we are born in the islands, I don't know if they change it now, but when you're born in the islands, they don't they don't take your blood. Okay. They probably do it now, but they did not do it back then. They didn't take your blood and they did not take your soul, the footprints of your soul. And on the birth certificates, your name was written in the proper form, which is upper and lower case. Okay. But they changed it now. I think within the past 4 or 5 years, or 6, 7 years, or 10 years, they changed it. All right. So that was one of the advantages we had, not being born in the United States when it comes to that. Okay. But trust me, if you were born in the United States, during a certain time, then they already have your blood. Okay, they already have your blood. They got your footprints, and your footprints is taken and put on your certificate of live birth, and it's sent to the Vatican. Okay, you feel me? Because they want your soul. Y'all think this is a game? It's not a game. It's not. It's real because they're harvesting souls. You feel me? And they don't necessarily have to take your soul physically. If they have the sole of your feet, they could do what they need to do. You don't get it. So if y'all think this Christianity thing is a game, no, it's not a game. It is serious. And those people are they are actually under spells. They are slaves to to Baal, which is actually the Lord in the Bible. The Lord God is Baal. But people don't understand that. You feel me? Exactly. You feel me? So know what Christianity is, all these religions, know what they are. Okay? You are worshiping Satan and you don't get it. But guess what? It's only Satan to us, okay, the righteous ones. But it's God to the unrighteous ones. So it's actually their God. But to us, it is Satan, okay, because we are not of that seed. That's why, like I told y'all before, that's why in 1492 they had to come here to attack the righteous seed, okay? And not just in the Americas. They were in certain parts of Africa as well. They were in certain, certain parts in different parts of the world. I'm talking about some indigenous people, okay? So the fallen angels that you see in the Bible, okay, it was 200 of them, okay? They are the ones that are called the black man, the Asiatic man. Okay, that's them. That is the serpent seed. So y'all think this is a game, it's not a game. Okay? So when you hear these Moors talking about, oh well, or the Asiatic black man is the original black man, he's absolutely right. The problem is I'm not black. They are absolutely correct. But that's not us. That's not us. So don't come here telling us we are Moors. No, we are not of that bloodline. No disrespect. Okay? So if y'all don't know the implications of the things you call yourself now, if that's who you are, then that's who you are. Because if that's the seed that you came from, the bloodline you came from, then it is what it is. But don't do it because you think that's who you are, because of what you hear people saying. Okay? That's what I'm saying. You did? So, anyway, I'm about to get out of here, man. I love y'all, man, for real. But I couldn't close my eyes, without giving you this before I shut it down. I had to. And I know a lot of people will still see this. Hey, Zazie, Wagwan. I know a lot of people will still see this and still be stiff necked. You know what I'm saying? I show it to them. And once again, I'm not going I'm not going anywhere outside of your book. I'm actually going, like I said, I am going to your Bible. I'm going to your strong concordance. All right. Let me show it to you one more time before I leave. And like I said, my brothers and sisters, go look it up yourself. King James Bible, okay? The strong concordance. All these people, they are of the Jacobite order, the Jacobite order, okay? That's them. That ain't got nothing to do with us. We are not from the tribe of Israel. We are not from the tribe of God, Gad, like some people talking about. We are not. Stop putting that curse on my people. We are not. Okay? I rebuke you for that. You feel me? We are not. We are the righteous seed. We are the righteous hand. Okay? That's who we are. But like I said before, it was prophecy that we had to go through what we are going through. And there's a reason for that, but I'll save that for another time. But anyway, strong concordance, all right? Um, the number is G3526. Word summary. Niger, Niger, okay? A Christian. That's who a nigga is. All right. Original word, Nayep. Translation, Niger. Okay. Phonetic spelling, nigga. Okay. Part of speech, proper noun. Okay. Indeclinable. Short definition, nigger, Niger, a Christian, meaning Niger or Niger a Christian, strong concordance. Niger of Latin, what does it mean? Origin mean what? Black. Okay. And and who is a black person? A Christian. Okay. Here we go again. Another one, Thayer's Greek lexicon. Okay. Nayep. Same thing. Latin, black, Niger, surname of the prophet Simeon. Okay. And I also gave you the black Christian codes, and I also showed you what black means in law. It means you are dead. So that's it. I'm done. I'm done. So y'all go ahead and get some rest. Like I said, do your own research, and that's it. And like I told y'all before, I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm just here to give you the truth and do what you want with it. You're absolutely right, Mr. G1. You're absolutely correct. Okay. You see, what I realize is this: people are just too lazy to stand up. They're always looking for handouts. And that's what praying is. Praying is to beg. You feel me? To beg. Always begging for something. Always begging for something instead of commanding things. Okay? Because you're supposed to say and it's supposed to be. Okay? Let there be. And it is. And there will be. But they taught you how to beg, because that's part of the sacrifice. When you beg, if you don't do something back in return, that thing you are begging will not give you anything in return. So that's why you have all these Christians, in all these neighborhoods. They are broke, they are poor, they are struggling, but every Saturday and Sunday they pray. Why is that? So obviously your prayers are not working. Okay, your prayers are not working. Okay, they're not working. They're not working. Period. And the thing is, y'all hear this, and y'all know I'm telling y'all the truth, but because you are afraid, you are in fear, because that has been your foundation for years and years, because your mama told you, your daddy told you, you know what I'm saying? Hey, billionaire, big club, your mama told you, your grandmama told you, so Nana told you, so it's true. No, it's no. Okay, because that's what they were indoctrinated with. Okay. You don't realize the church was a trap house. Y'all don't realize that. The church was a trap house. That's why it was the place where they put your footprints in the Bible. Okay? They put all your information. Your family tree was in the Bible. You feel me? When you were born, your date of birth, all that stuff was in the Bible. So all the bishops and ministers and imams and all of them, when the overseers came, they would have to hand the Bible to them, okay, and take the information and give you back your Bible. You don't get that. Okay, you don't get that. Why do you think the Church of Latter-day Saints, why do you think they have the biggest database of of all our genealogy? Why is that? Did you think mama, your mama and your daddy went to them and said, here's the information? No, the church gave it to them. Okay, the Church of Jesus Christ, the Latter-day Saints, gave it to them. Okay, you feel me? So I'm not making up stories. I'm giving you the facts. I'm giving you the truth. The church was a trap house. Okay, and the minister was there to administer. You feel me? Okay. The first slave catchers were the blackamoors. Okay, so y'all better recognize, man. Y'all better recognize. Who do you think put these natives in place? Who do you think put them in place? Hmm? Those black devils from Europe put them in place. So you have to know the truth, man, because only the truth will set you free, not some of the truth. There's no thing as some truth. No, it's either true or false. I'm giving you truth. I'm giving it to you. So they're making you think the pale man is the one running things because they have to create the illusion. So you could go around hating the pale man. No, the pale man is a victim in this like everybody else. Okay? And I'm talking about the average pale individual. But the ones in power, trust me, they know. You think the Republicans and the Democrats don't know what's going on, but they have to keep you in the cycle of emotional waves. That's what emotions are. Okay? Emotions. Dealing with your your energy, your energy. Okay? They got it in motions, being affected by the moon cycle, dealing with their lunar gods. But like I told you before, we are now in the solar cycle. So it's time for the soul children to rise. You did. We have to let go of these lunar beings, man. Let go of these lunar deities. You got to let them go. Let go of these religions. Let them go. Get back into nature. Get back into spiritualism. Okay? All my sisters that are actually out here, you have your nine ether, you have your nine ether here. You see what I'm saying? Well, yes. Let me see who's that. Mamita. All right. Yeah, you are absolutely correct. But those people are not us. When I say us, I'm talking about, American Aborigines. Okay. They are bowing and kissing the feet of their fathers. Those are their fathers. Okay. The Asiatic black man are their fathers. Okay. There's no such thing as African because nobody was African. That you have the Asiatic black man, okay, and those people migrated to what's now called Africa because Africa is in Asia, it's not the other way around. You see, people are just so miseducated, it's not even funny. Okay? Africa is part of Asia, and Africa wasn't that big. You feel me? Okay? So when you see them kissing these people's hands and their feet, it is because those are their parents, and they have to show humility once in a while so that they get reminded who's actually in charge. You dig? But those people are not my bloodline. They're not my people. Okay? I'm an American Aborigine. I'm an American Indian. That's who my bloodline is. I came from the righteous seed. Okay? That's who I am. We are not the same. We may look the same physically, but we are not the same from a spiritual perspective. We came from two different worlds. Okay? We came from a higher dimension in the heavens. They came from a lower dimension. You feel me? So I know exactly what I'm talking about. So when I tell people I post things and I know what I don't be guessing things. I know what I'm talking about. I don't think. We're not the same. Oh, no doubt. Their lords and their gods is not ours. Okay? It's not ours. You feel me? It's not ours. So a lot of these people that you see in Africa, they're actually our people, meaning that they came from the Americas. You feel me? A lot of the people that were actually in Asia, what I'm saying, they came, well, I wouldn't say Asia because it was just America, but they made America smaller. You feel me? They made America smaller. But a lot of parts of Asia is actually America. Okay? So I'm talking about those original indigenous people, the people that were already here before those fallen angels came. All right? So a lot of those Africans are actually our people. They came from us. It is not the other way around. You dig? And then when these disagreeables came to earth, they started sleeping with our women. Okay? So now a lot of their children have some of that, agreeable or good light in them. You feel me? but the disagreeable ones that did not, the disagreeable ones that did not mix, they had to create their own kind. So that's when they started creating the other races. All right. Their spawns, their reflections. All right. Black means pale. It's the same thing. Pale mean black. They're just opposites of each other, but they're the same thing. They are the same thing. Okay. Those are the children. They ain't got nothing to do with us. So I don't know how much more to explain it to y'all, man. I tell people like this, right? I cannot go into a book and show you everything. People always asking, well, show me the proof. Look around you. If you do a little digging, you will be led to the truth. But everybody wants you to spoon feed them. You know, if when a download come to me, all right, and I get a download, if it's not in a book, how can I show it to you in a book? But then how do I know it's true? Because I could look around me and it fits together like a puzzle. And it's the missing piece that I needed to complete a thought. You feel what I'm saying? But I've read thousands of books. So when I get a download, I know exactly where that piece is going because everything I read, I remember. I was just given a gift. You feel me? I could read like I was reading a book, 800 and something pages. All right. I started about 3-4 hours ago, right? I'm already on over 200 something pages. And guess what? And I remember everything I read. So it was just a gift that I was given. So I'm thankful for that. So all these books that I've read, I was actually looking for things, confirmation from the spirit. See what I'm saying? So the spirit is giving me the information now, giving me the pieces that I was missing. So now I could go back and say, oh, okay, yeah, I remember reading this book, blah, 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 and that was what was missing. That was the connection. And that's how I'm able to put the pieces together. So now I could literally tell you the story of when we first came to Earth, all right? And then we have been living on Earth, and then the disagreeables came to Earth, and I could tell you the separation of the Earth, and I could tell you, you know, the enslavement and what happened in Europe, and then I could tell you when it happened in 1492, but it wasn't actually 1492, okay? It wasn't actually 1492 because they changed the calendar to a Gregorian calendar. So they threw off the date. So, like I said before, we lost 28,000 years. So these black devils know exactly what they're doing. Okay? It wasn't the pale man who created the Gregorian calendar. Trust me. The pale man did not have back then. You feel me? Not. All right? Casanova. What's his name? Jack Casanova. Okay, was a black man. Okay, Napoleon was a black man. All those faces that they whitewashed, I read books and told me the descriptions. Okay, they were black, they were swarthy. Okay, but if you go pull them up on Google, you'll see them as pale people. Why is that? Because they are lying to you. You feel me? And I'm talking about all up to the late 1800s. All these people in Europe, the nobles were people of color. You feel me? The transition didn't start taking place fully in the late, early 1900s. And I'm talking about once you start, it transferred from the Saxon to the Hanover, no, from the Hanover to the Saxon, and from the Saxon to the one with Megan and them right now. Okay. I think it what is that house? I forgot. But anyway, the transition started to happen with Queen Victoria because they had to marry into the recessive race until it became what you have today. You feel me? But if we reverse it and we reverse and we reverse and and we go back, the further we go back into the past, the darker those nobles get. until you go up to all the way to the 1300s, the blackest star. Okay, even if nobody's really black, but that, you get what I'm saying. The point I'm making is what they had to do was they went into the future. Okay, that's what they did. They went into the future. So when they came here in 1492, they came back into the past, but they brought us into the future. I know that might be confusing to some of y'all, and I'll tell you why. Because America is the old world. So when they came into the Americas, they came back into the past. But because we had not experienced them, they took us into the future, which is the new world that they call the old world, but they're actually the new world. If somebody know exactly what I'm talking about or it makes sense, do me a favor, type some sevens, because I mean it's coming to me and I'm giving it to you the way it's coming to me, and that's the best way I could explain it. Okay, because America was the old world. So when they came, so they were not in the old world, they were in the new world. But when they came into our world, it was the old world, but new to a lot of them. So they came back into the past. So when they came into the American 1492, they crossed a portal. All right. So therefore, the slave trade was not actually a slave trade. The slave trade was a portal. It was a portal. That's why it was called a middle passage. It was the middle of what you call the descending arc. Okay, so it was a middle passage. So it had nothing to do with slaves from Africa. It was spiritual. Okay, but it had to manifest in the flesh. So they had to give you a physical explanation. Okay, that's why I said the book is all allegory. It's not real. Okay, it's not real. It is giving you an allegory of spiritual things. So the middle passage is them coming back into the past and taking us into the future. By them coming into the past now, then they had to make sure that we became degenerated by taking away our spirituality. So now we had to go from first to last. Okay? That's why they came back into the past to do that. And how they had to do it? They had to do it with the ark, the churches. If you take a church and you flip it over, what do you get? You get a ship, an ark, a boat. Oh my goodness. I don't know if y'all ready for this, man. I don't know if y'all ready for this. All right. And the pastor is Moses. And not Moses, the pastor is the minister, the pastor is Noah. And Noah means rest. Okay. That's why they tell you, come to the Lord and you will find rest. That's what a church is. Turn a church upside down. What do you get? You get a ship, the ark. It was a trap house to catch the ship. All right. And like I told y'all before, pasture. All right. What's a pasture? Let's look it up. So I'm not making things up, man. I'm not making things up, my brothers and sisters. Let me show y'all something. And I'll actually put it on my Facebook already, but I'm going to show it to those who didn't quite see it. Give me 1 second. Cancel that. I know I said I was going, but I love to share information. I love to teach. So I'm addicted to that. So here we go. Pasture, right? But people may say, well, Chief, it's two different words. No, it's the energy. Listen, my brothers and sisters, every word carries an energy. Every word carry a number. Okay. Sometimes one word could have a sequence of two numbers. All right. So every word carry a number, and every word carry an energy, and every letter carry an energy. So therefore, boom, pastor, right? Pasture. Let us look at the definition of pasture. All right, let me blow that up for y'all. Okay. Number one, okay, land covered with grass and other low plants suitable for grazing animals, especially what? cattle or sheep? Why do you think they call the people in the church sheep? And why do you think they call the pasture, a pastor? Because they're telling you that you're cattle, that you're a sheep. But people think, oh, well, no, Jesus is the lamb and we are the sheep. And no, it's allegory, man. They're telling you that you're an animal, you're a slave. You're filming them, but you're not getting it because you don't know the etymology of words and you don't think about that because your mind is so enclosed with the indoctrination. It's not even funny. So your pasture or your pastor is the shepherd tending the sheep or the cattle. Okay. And you're grazing. All you have to do is graze and eat grass for the rest of your life because you could never become the shepherd. All right. So you have to continue praying and praying and praying because you have to beg for food. You have to keep begging. Okay. That's what it is. Now, I know this is a lot to give y'all at this time of the AM. I get it. Okay. I get it. It's a lot. But you know what? Like I said, my ancestors, whatever you, sometimes I'm even hesitant to use English words, but that's what I know, right? But anyway, that's why it was heavy on my spirit, I mean, on my, because I had to give it to y'all before you lay down, because before you close your eyes. So now you have something to meditate on. Now you have something to ask for more clarification because now I give you something. It might put some fear in a lot of y'all. It will, as a matter of fact, not might, it will. Because why? It is challenging the foundation that you have built on religion and blind faith. You see, there's nothing wrong with faith, but faith by itself without works is dead. Okay. But when you have faith with knowing, that's what knowledge is. Knowledge is to know the ledge. And when you have the knowing, you are able to walk the ledge and not be afraid to fall. You feel me? But many religious people, that believers, okay, and when you look at the word believe, you have lie in there. Believe. Take away the be and take away the ve. What do you have? You have lie. So in believe, there is lie. So what they did was they gave you enough to believe, but in the belief, there are a lot of lies and misconceptions. Okay? No doubt. Sister Bonitala, you know, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Um, you know, what we have to realize is this, right? When you tap into a certain frequency, I'm going to tell you how this works, right? It's like a radio station. When you're traveling, radio stations have frequencies, all right? And let's say I'm giving you an example. Let's say you're going from New York and you're going to Atlanta, and one of the major radio stations in New York is Hot 97. Okay, okay, Brittany. All right, thank you. Brittany. Brittany or Brittany? Okay, all right, I got you. Okay, so when you're traveling from New York to Atlanta and you start off in New York, there's one of the main radio stations is Hot 97. You have Hot 97, you have 107.5, you have Light FM, whatever the case is, right? So I don't listen to Hot 97 because all they play is music that talk about killing and murdering and blowing an end head and bitches and whole. I don't listen to that type of stuff. Okay, so I listen to to WBLS once in a while because they play music from the 90s and the 80s, whatever, from the 90s, right? R&B. So I listen to that sometimes, but I like to listen to Light FM. That's where I'm at. Okay, I don't like to listen to music that could poison me. I don't do that. So anyway, um, so let's say I'm listening to Light FM. Okay. Now, well, I'm gonna say 107.5 because Light FM I could get it in Jersey and certain places. So 107.5, and I'm traveling. Now in New York, the frequency is actually heavy, right? But then the radio station is going to be on 107.5. I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to Jersey. Certain parts of Jersey, I could get it. But once you start going into a certain, area in Jersey, then you start losing the reception. Okay? You start losing the reception. So I'm giving you the flip side. All right? The further you go, you will lose the reception. All right? But if I'm coming back to New York, the same place I lost the reception, I will start getting back the reception because I'm coming back towards New York. So the same thing work with information and frequency. When you are on a certain frequency, you tap into the same radio station, so to speak, that's given the truth. So, Brittany, I'm glad that you have tapped into that frequency, okay? Because it could be challenging for people who haven't tapped into that. You feel me? What I'm saying to them right now will sound totally crazy. What I'm saying to them, they'll say it's pagan. What I'm saying to them, they will say it's blasphemy because they are not tapped into that radio station of truth. Okay? They will not tap into it. And they don't realize that their brain, they receive information through frequencies. And they refuse to position their radio or their antenna to at least try to tune in and make the adjustments to tap into that realm of knowledge to get the truth. They will not do that because they're stuck. They are stuck on that old radio station, giving them the same dead information about the bitches and the hoes, and about the killing and the murdering, and about the gyrating all day, and about the being on Facebook half naked all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're tuned into. Okay? That's what they're tuned into. And they will not make the adjustments. You see what I'm saying? So when you are seeking, you have to make the adjustments. You have to turn that old radio off. Okay. Sometimes you have to buy a whole new radio. Sometimes you have to buy a longer antenna. Sometimes you have to move away from that bad reception area. You see, people will go places and they will make a phone call. Okay. And they will not be getting reception. And you know what they would do? They would run across the street. They would go in different, hold on for a second. They would walk somewhere to get a good reception. But they will not do that with their minds. They will continue to stay on that old same frequency. It just shows you how much people are so materialistic. They are vibrating on such a low frequency, they don't see the importance of moving into another area where you could get a better reception to ascend into a higher frequency. You see, I've done all these things. That's why I travel, because I like to go different places to get different downloads. Because what I get in New York, I might not get it somewhere else. You dig? Just like how when I went to New Mexico, I wasn't going to go to New Mexico. You know what I'm saying? But the higher self said, nah, Chief, you got to go to New Mexico. Guess what? I went to New Mexico. The altitude was a whole lot, it was a whole lot higher. All of a sudden, certain information I was looking for, it came to me just like that. On the 30th, I'm going to Jamaica. Who knows what information I'm going to get? On the 27th of June, I'm going to Dominica. Who knows what downloads I'm going to get? You feel me? Because I am seeking, and I'm seeking in truth. I'm not seeking with deception. There's a difference. Okay? When you're seeking with deception, the unrighteous frequency will always give you information, and it will seem like it's the truth. Okay? Because if that's all the radio station you listen to, then that's all the music you will dance to. Okay? And then when you come to my radio station, where I'm listening to Light FM and a different type of music, you're like, hold on, Chief, you listening to that? It doesn't make you move because we are on a different frequency. But I could listen to Light FM and have a good time all day. And I go to Hot 97, I hear the bang bang a nigga head. Guess what? I cannot deal with that. I cannot deal with that because I'm on a different frequency. You dig? So in this growth, sometimes you have to get up and walk away from your family. I'm not saying abandon them. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying like you have to get up and leave sometimes. Sometimes the leave could be a short leave. Sometimes the leave could be a permanent leave. But sometimes the people that are actually around us, they cripple us. They hold us back. All right. It may be because of financial reasons. It may be because of emotional reasons. It may be because of spiritual reasons. But the bottom line is it's always spiritual. Okay. And people around you could hinder your growth. It doesn't mean that you don't care about them, but no, self preservation is the number one rule. It's only when you preserve yourself, only when you find yourself, only when you find your soul. Okay. Not your soul mate, your soul. Your mate will come later. Okay, but you have to find your soul first. So many people are looking for a soul mate, but they haven't found their soul. So therefore, relationships will not work. Man, keep on flowing, Chief, because it's flowing. I'm going to say it again. Too many people are looking for soul mates, but they haven't found their soul. Oh, no doubt. That's good music. Okay. It has a different vibration, but it's on a different frequency. So when you have truly found yourself, then you are able to find people that complement who you are. Okay. But when you haven't found yourself, you are chasing illusions. And every relationship, well, this is the right one. Okay. This is the right one. I see it on Facebook all the time. I'm very observant. Okay. I would see it, but mostly women do it. I don't really see men do it. I would see a woman, okay, she's single. All of a sudden, she finds a boyfriend, right? And pictures in bed and, you know, pictures kissing and motion all the time. And then guess what? 2 months later, no pictures, single again. A few months later, well, you know what? Dude, I was dealing with, you know what I'm saying? Like, he this and he that. So I had to let that go. I found the right one now. More pictures in bed, more pictures showing the world I'm in love. Another 2 months, he's gone. You're always trying to find love in somebody else, but you haven't found love with yourself. You're always trying to find your soulmate with somebody else, but you never found your soul. So therefore, you will always be in a perpetual cycle of trying to find your soul mate. When the truth of the matter is, you are looking for yourself. You are looking for your soul. Find you first before you find anyone else. How can you find me and you are lost? You feel me? And too many women are looking for a man to make them a woman. No, if I have to look for you to make you a woman, then what were you before I found you? Hmm? A man? Half a woman? No man can make you a woman the same way you cannot make a man a man. You feel me? No, you have to become that woman first. Then a man that's looking for a woman will find you. But if you're not a woman, or you're not the woman that you desire to be, how can you find somebody? Hmm? No, you have to become that. So that's why it's easy for me to be single and to be celibate because I'm not in a rush. You dig? And I found myself. But what I'm doing is a matter of choice. You feel me? Because I'm doing it for different reasons. But if I were looking for a mate or mates as in plural, then I would put that out there in the universe. I will not beg for that. I will not ask anybody for that. I will not go on my knees and ask any deity for that. No, I'll put it out there in the universe and I'll put it down on paper. Well, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that, that. It's mine. Let it be. Let it be. And it will be because I know my power. All I have to do is speak it. Okay. And it's only when you have found wisdom, okay, you have a still tongue. Yes, I come on here and I do my videos, but trust me, I keep a still tongue. A lot of things I could say, but I just don't say. But when I come teach or share some information, then I share the information. But a wise head always keep a still tongue. That is wisdom. Okay? That is wisdom. So I hope I gave you some information to at least think about, research. Okay? And for all you believers, I'm not telling you that, what you have done for the past 2 years, 10 years, 10, 15 years, 20 years of your life. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy to let go. I'm not saying that. Okay. I'm not saying that. And I'm not telling you to just let it go. All I'm asking is do some research outside of the Bible. Okay. Do some research, or at least read the Bible for yourself. Take your time. Start from Genesis. I mean, if you, I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I've been reading this Bible literally. Um, Even if I, like I said before, at the age of 6, I felt uncomfortable in churches. I would say I wasn't always a big reader. I'm just going to be honest. All right. I wasn't always a big reader. When, 10, 11, 12, I was okay in math. I was good in social studies and geography because I have a very, you know, what you call a photogenic, not photogenic, but when you remember things, so you know, I guess it could be photogenic, but if I see something, photogenic is when you take pictures, good pictures. But when you go places and you could go a place one time and then you could just go back without even a GPS. So I have that kind of mind. Okay. There's a word for it, but I forgot. But the point I'm making is this, right? It was only about the age of 12, actually 12 or 13. All right. Okay. Around 12 or 13, that's when I really was trying to get into reading because my mom was like, well, you know what? You really have to do better in school. So I did it for her. So I started reading more. But it wasn't until, I was in my 20s, okay, I really fell in love with reading. Something just came over me and I just couldn't put books down. Research was my life. I was reading and reading, and I just love to read so much. It's like a passion. I love it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying all that to say is with the Bible, take your time and read it because I have read that Bible so many times. I remember when I was doing my videos on YouTube, I'm talking about 15 years ago. All right. And I got so frustrated with the Bible because I just couldn't comprehend it. I burned the Bible I had. I had an original King James Version and I burned it because it frustrated me because I was trying to read it because I was teaching on YouTube. I wanted to read it so bad to explain what it was saying. And not from the perspective that I know now, but from the perspective I understood it to be at that time. And I got mad and I burned it. And then I didn't touch a Bible for years after that. I was just so frustrated, right? And then I started getting more into myself, studying myself, learning myself, you know what I mean? And once that happened, you know, I was led to pick up the Bible again and now reading the Bible. And all of a sudden I started comprehending and doing research and cross-referencing. Okay. And that's how I was able to pretty much understand and understand what the Bible is talking about from Genesis to Revelation because I took my time. Okay. And guess what? It wasn't until I would say about a year and a half to 2 years ago that Genesis, the whole Genesis of from chapter 1 to 5 or 6, it really was broken down to me from, a universal mind perspective. The universe just opened up to me and just gave me the information. Yeah, I have read some of the Apocrypha. I've read some of it, because it's actually in the original King James Bible, because I had to get another one because I destroyed the one I had, you know. So that was when I did that. Okay. And I started seeing things, and I had read that book so many times from back and front, from back to front, from front to back. And I was missing so many things. I was seeing things I hadn't seen before. Okay. I was getting explanations I hadn't gotten before because I was not ready. All right. All the frustration I had, okay, it was a block. Okay. So I have to release all that. Stop getting mad. Let it go. When it's time for you to get it, you will get it. And I'm telling you, when I got it, it just made me so free. All right. Even if there was no fear in me when I burned the Bible, you know, the things I say, but I was still a little hesitant. Okay. But once I truly comprehend what I was reading and I knew it to be the truth, then all the hesitation, okay, all that slight fear, it was gone, because I know that there is no repercussions. There's no negative repercussions for telling the truth. There's no bad karma for being righteous. You feel me? Because karma comes in two ways. You have negative karma and you have positive karma. And they both come based on the seeds that you plant. So whatever you sow, that's what you'll reap, right? So I always sow righteous seeds. I don't lie. I don't cheat. I don't steal. I don't do none of that. Okay. And I've been that way for many, many years. You did. Okay. So let me see. I know let me see. Brittany said, I can't get past the word bless. I have to just put it down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that one was easy for me though. But it's tough for a lot of people because they're so used to saying it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you'll get used to it. You'll get used to it slowly but surely. You know what I mean? You'll get used to it. And Phil said, Lorraine Chavez, be healed of all health problems, be restored with excellence health. Now in, man, listen, man, y'all talking, people, see what I'm saying? Like whenever you come and people, y'all want to come with y'all Jesus name, man. Like, we're not on that frequency right now, man. Okay. We're not on that frequency right now because once again, these people, they don't get it. You hear me talking here now, about things that may be contrary to your belief, and you want to come and talk about your Jesus name, man. Come on, man. Get out of here with that, man. You know what I mean? So, like I said, man, this is not for everybody. It's not for everybody. And like I said before, study to show yourself approved. All right. Nobody in the Bible was real. You dig? It was what they did was let me see if I can give y'all the breakdown of that. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Um, uh-huh. All this stuff is allegory, man. All right. I mean, well, all right, let me just put it that way. I'm not gonna say nobody in the Bible was real. At some point, what they did was they started injecting some actual history in there. That's what they started doing. But nobody in Genesis chapter 1, when it comes to, you know, Adam and Noah and Abraham, all that stuff is allegory. Okay. Sarah, all that stuff is allegory. Okay, and that's facts. So this is the breakdown of the Bible. Okay. The breakdown of the Bible. Exactly. All right, Brittany, you're absolutely correct. I actually have a copy of the King James version, but this is how the Bible is broken down, right? So the Old Testament, okay, has I think 929 chapters. Okay, yeah, you have the book and you have the chapters, right? So Genesis has 50 chapters, Exodus has 40 chapters, Leviticus has 27 chapters, Numbers has 36 chapters, and Deuteronomy has 34 chapters, right? So those books are what's called Pentateuch, Pentateuch or the law. All right, that's what those books are called. So you have from Genesis to Deuteronomy, that's the Pentateuch or the law. Now, this is only for a demographic of an ethnic group. This is not a book for everybody. That book was just forced on everybody by the sword. Okay, and that's the truth. Now, then you have what's called the historical books. Historical from the perspective of they took actual locations, okay, actual locations, and they injected their personifications. So therefore you have Joshua, um 25, 24 chapters, Judges, 21 chapters, Ruth, 4 chapters, First Samuel, 31 chapters, and you have Second Samuel, 24 chapters, you have First King, 22 chapters, Second Kings, 25 chapters, First Chronicles, 29 chapters, Second Chronicles, 36 chapters, Ezra, 10 chapters, Nehemiah, 13 chapters, Esther, 10 chapters. Now, then you have the book of wisdom, which is poetry. Okay. Job, all that stuff didn't exist. Okay. That is just poetry. Okay. So that was where Shakespeare came in and played a heavy hand, Bacon and all those people, right? You had the book of Job, 42 chapters, Psalms, 150 chapters, Proverbs, 31 chapters, Ecclesiastes, 12 chapters, Song of Solomon, 8 chapters, right? So those are what's called the poetry book, the romanticism or the romanticize, right? Those are called the books of wisdom. Again, it's poetry. And then you have the prophets, okay? The prophets. You have Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, and Daniel. Then you have the major prophets. You have Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, and Malachi, right? And then you have the New Testament, which is actually called the Gospels, ghost spells. That's what gospel is. Gospel means a ghost spell. Those people did not exist. They are ghosts. So those are their spells. They're telling stories from the dead. Okay. So you have Matthew, you have Mark, you have Luke, and you have John. And then you have what's called history, the book of Acts. Again, they came back to the history where they're injecting historical places, and they may have at some point um, started to incorporate some of the history of Rome. That's when you have what's called the Pauline epistles. The Pauline coming meaning that Paul. So they're called the Pauline epistles, and those are the books of Romans, First and Second Corinthians, Galatians, even in Galatians 4:20, I think 4:24, somewhere around there. It speaks of Hagar or being an allegory. It wasn't real. Mount Sinai is actually what it is. Okay. Then you have Ephesians, um, Philippians, Colossians, Thessalonians 1 and 2, Timothy 1 and 2, Titus, and then Philemon, right? And then you have the general epistles, and that's the Hebrews, James, Peter 1 and 2, John 1 and 2, and 3, and Jude. And then you have the apocalyptic writing, which is the prophecy, which is the revelation. Now, a lot of people may say, well, Chief, how come when we read the Bible, certain things are happening? Of course, it's going to happen. I'll tell you for a couple of reasons, right? A couple of reasons are because everything that's happening is actually already in the cosmos. So these men are well studied astrologists. Okay. They studied astrology, they knew science. So a lot of that stuff was already in the cosmos. Okay. Because why? It is being repeated every age. So they know what's going to happen. That's number one. So therefore, they could make it happen using manipulation. So it's like what you call a blueprint. If you're going to build a home, you will have a blueprint. Take, for instance, you had the World Trade Center or the Twin Towers, right? Before it was built, there was a blueprint. Now, what if somebody had drew out the blueprint and say, hey, you know what? In 10 years, this building is going to be here, is going to have X and X amount of floors, and every floor is going to have this, is going to have that, is going to be that tall. That's a prophecy. But they had a blueprint for the prophecy. It's the same thing with the Bible. You dig? So people are confused, thinking that everything in this book is literal, but yet still it has so many contradictions. When you bring that up to them, then guess what? They get irritated, they get defensive, and they want to curse you out. They want to curse your mama out. Okay? And you'll realize believers are the most aggressive and the most disrespectful people. Someone who practices spirituality, truly spiritualism, right? If you tell them something and it offends them, they don't come curse you out. But if you tell somebody something about the Bible and they don't agree, they want to curse you and your mama. And guess what? That is the same characteristics of their Lord in the Bible. A God, a God of war, a God of destruction. And they don't realize that. Okay? Let me see if I could show y'all this. Since Brittany brought it up, let me see if I could find it. 1611, boom, here we go. Here we go. Because I have all my tools, man. I tell people I got my tools, okay? I don't just talk, I have my tools. So let me see. So as you could see, I'm going to pull it up for y'all. Give me 1 second. All of the original towns and with the former the masses and on the moon. Okay. So with the 1611 Bible, King James wasn't the author, like I said before. King James just authorized it. That's what he did. Okay. But they had their own writers. Okay. So let me show you. That's like how Brittany just said the letter J didn't exist. So therefore, if you're going to call a name, at least pronounce it the way it was pronounced. Hold up, let me see where I'm at. Give me 1 second. Let me come back to the live. Yeah, he wrote a book on demonology where he was going around killing witches and all that stuff. Let me see if I could find this for you. A window. Let me see if that's gonna allow me to show it. I hope I don't have to email it to myself. Give me 1 second. Let me see if it's gonna show up. No, it's not. Every time I want to show something in this PDF app, it's not doing it. Give me 1 second, please. It's all good though. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Give me 1 second. Just bear with me real quick. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna compose, send that to myself. Let me put Bible here. And let me go ahead and share this. Go to my PDF section, PDF, and let us go with James. And let me see if it's gonna show up. 11. I think that's it right here. All right, so it's been exported. Give me 1 second. Wow, man. And I told myself I was only going to come on here for like about half an hour to an hour. But, it's all good though. It's all good. I'm cool. So I'm just going to show y'all something real quick from the 1611 Bible. And I think I'll call it a wrap. So I cannot share it in this Word app. So I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna email it to myself first. Oh, no doubt, brother Corey. You know what I mean? Sharing is caring, man. And I'm very particular about the things that I share and teach because, again, I don't want to be out here teaching unrighteous things. So I make sure that I've done my due diligence before I open my mouth. And that's wisdom. That's exercising wisdom and intelligence. Okay. So when I wasn't ready to talk about the Bible in such a way and with such emphasis, I didn't do it. As you can see, I was more talking about history and law because I was well versed in history and law because I did my due diligence. But then it was time to take it to a spiritual perspective where I was told I needed to come and teach to set the spiritual dead free. You see what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with that right now. Even if I still talk about history and law, but now it's not about the physical, just the physical. All right. So, um, my purpose right now is more of a spiritual thing than more of a physical thing. Okay. All right. So the message sent. I just sent that to myself. Let me see if it's going to allow me to open it from here. Okay. Open, open, open. Oh my goodness. Ah, okay. It's asking me to download it, but it's not allowing me to open it. I'm okay. It says okay, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, beloved. Let me see if it's going to allow me to do it, man. Continue. All right, it says, oops, it is black. I say black, make sure you enable to reopen. I'm giving permission. Go ahead. All right, allow. All right, this allow that to open. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead. Allow. It's like all this stuff here, man. It's like, come on, man. I'm just trying to show a little something, something, something. What's going on? They want me to start a free trial. Ah, man, listen. All right, so it's not going to allow me to do it. So, cool. Basically, you know what? There's more than one way to. I'm not going to say skin a cat. So, we ain't skinning no cats right now. So, there's more than one way to eat a fruit. So, I'm gonna leave it as that. So, let me see. Give me 1 second. I think I'm going to figure this out. Because I want to show you guys something real quick from the 1611. Since Brittany brought up the J and the I want to show people that. Well, you know how it is. A lot of times, when you're sharing things that's going to impact people in a positive way, these algorithms, you know what I'm saying? So you know how it is. That's what they do. You know. Even today, I made an attempt to post something on Facebook, and they're talking about, oh, it's gonna, they gave me a warning. It's violating. I just deleted it. You know, deleted it. I said it's okay. All right. So we have that and the mighty. All right. James, grace of God and kingdom of Ireland. Defense to the translators of the Bible. We have it here. Yeah, the 1611. Yeah, that's what I'm opening up right now. I have it open, but I wanted to share something, but it's not allowing me to share it on the live. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. So let me see. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. Good. I'm just gonna share the screenshot because I just want to show this one thing. Okay, for all the believers out there. And by no means this is an attack on anyone. I'm not attacking believers. Okay, I want to open up the believers' I want to open up their minds. That's my intention. So my intentions are not malice. Okay, just so you know. Okay, so I took a screenshot of it, and I'm gonna share the screenshot. Yeah, I know, right, Corey? Yeah, because like I said, man, these people, they know the truth, man. So they want to prevent us from sharing the truth. But I took a screenshot of it, and then just that one part. And okay, now I'm certainly sure you could see it now, right? So this is actually in the beginning of the 1611. All right. It says, "To the most high and mighty Prince James, okay, by the grace of God, King of Great Britain, France, and Ireland, defender of the faith." Okay, that faith is their faith. It had nothing to do with American Aborigines. Now, if you look, you will see that there was no J in the 1600s. So it's actually an I. So this is Imes. This is not James. Okay, this is Imes. Okay, so now it should read, "To the most high and mighty Prince James." So he's calling himself the most high and mighty Prince James. Okay, by the grace of God. Now, some people may say, "Well, Chief, you know what? You misinterpreting what he's saying." So he's actually talking to his most high, whatever the case is. All right, so you know what? I'm going to retract that, right? Because, like I said, this is not an attack, right? So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it alone. I came here to talk about the letter I and J because J was not around in the 1600s. Okay, at least by 1611, it wasn't. It wasn't around. It wasn't invented yet. Okay, so with that being said, his name was Imes and not James. Right. Now, when you go further down, right here, where it says, "The translators of the Bible, with grace, mercy, and peace through" what? It doesn't say Jesus. It says Isus. Okay? Because, in fact, as a matter of fact, um, that is a V. So it's actually eyes V's or Izus, whatever the case is. The point is, there was no letter J. So how do you tell me 1611, when the King James Bible was written, all through the Bible there is no J? Okay, so how could James be James, and how could I be J? So that's a question I'm asking all my Bible thumpers. Okay, answer this question for me, please. Hmm? Answer this question. So as you could see right here, through Isus, because there was no J. Okay, there was no J. So I don't know where y'all got y'all Jesus from. Okay, you should be praying to Isus. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like, anybody could, who want to challenge this, go ahead and challenge this. It's all good. Challenge it, please. Now let me see something. And they have, I mean, the 1611, boy. They had a lot of stuff in there. Let me see. What was that? Genesis, because they have notes on the side, and right, they had all these different little mhm, frogs with ascent. I'm trying to see. Okay, so yeah, yeah. So when you go to the New Testament, trust me, you're not seeing no you're not seeing no, what you call it, you're not seeing no J's. It's in eyes. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out. So somebody got some explaining to do. Okay? Anyway, that was the last thing I think I wanted to share. Anyway, I'm out of here, lineage. I'm out. Okay, 2 hours, over 2 hours. Y'all have a great continuation. Get some rest. I love y'all, and I'm certainly sure we'll talk soon. All right, rest well. Thank you.